Hey everyone, Bill with Fishing with Dad, and today we're going to start a new series of how to rig different lures, have different techniques. So anyway, the first one we're going to get started with today is the Texas rig. Now, I'm sure many of you out there have heard of it. Maybe there's some out there that have not heard of this. So I'm going to show you today how it is done. What you have here is a bullet weight, a hook, and a worm, a plastic worm. You can have it in all different sizes and all different shapes. You can have creature baits on here. You can have very long, twirly-tailed, ribbon-tailed worms. You can have just about any plastic on here for a Texas rig. It's one of the simplest rigs for bass that are out there. It's very simple to use. It's very simple to put together. So I'm going to get started and show you how it's done. First thing I'm going to show you is the bullet weight. Let me get one out here. The one that I have on there is probably a 1/4 ounce, maybe a 3/16 ounce. Here's a 1/4 ounce one here. Looks like a bullet. You can see that there. It's lead, or you can get them in tungsten, I believe. Has a little recessed thing inside there, and that is threaded onto the line. The next thing I want to show you is the hook. And there's several different types. This one is, I believe this is a 1/0 worm hook. It's more of the old standard design. They're very effective. I usually use 1, 2, or 3/0. Then you have, and I hope you can see that. There we go. That's a little bit better. Then you have the new wide gap hooks. And I believe this is a 2/0. And you can see that there. The gap is a little bit wider than the standard ones. They say it's a little bit better for the fish to get its mouth around. You get better hookups. If the fish are biting well, you're going to catch it on either style of hook. And then the next thing is the type of worm you want to use. There's kind of a blue flake one right there. Hope you can see that. This is probably a 6-inch one there. There's probably a 7-inch one here, and this is a bubblegum colored one. So there's all different types of stuff out here. Here's a ribbon-tailed worm that can be put on there. Gives you a little bit more action. You can see the ribbon tail on it. So all different types of stuff. There's more creature-looking baits like this one here. Looks maybe like a giant tadpole. Here's one that looks like a lizard. So there's all kinds of stuff that you can put on there. So let me get started and show you how it's done. What I'm going to do here is demonstrate with a piece of big line so you can see it. This is 30-pound test. It's green. I do not use this for bass fishing. This is catfish size here that I use. But for the purpose of the demonstration, it's going to be better for me to tie and easier for you to see. So the first thing that we're going to do is slide the weight on there. So there's your bullet weight, and the bell part of the bullet weight is toward the hook. So you slide the thinner part on first onto your line. So that's what you have there. You have it on like this. This end of the line goes up to the rod. And for this demonstration, I'm going to use one of the standard size worm hooks. I'm going to do an improved clinch knot. And I'm not going to show you the knot because that's for a different time. I'm just going to show you the finished product. Okay, got the worm, or the hook tied onto the line. You can see that there. And I used an improved clinch knot. And then the bullet slides down to the line. Now I'll show you how to do the worm. Take the fattest part of the worm, and you want to start the point of the hook right in the center of the end of the worm. Go in about a 1/4 inch or so, no more than 3/8. That's what it's going to look like. Right there. And you slide the worm up the shank and onto the eye. Then what I like to do is bunch up the worm a little bit before you put the hook through the worm. That way when you straighten the worm out, that slack is going to be taken care of and the worm will be straight on the hook. So then puncture the hook through the worm, and that's what you end up with. A lot of guys, and depending on the conditions, things like that, they'll sometimes leave their hook exposed like I did right here. Hopefully you can see that. And then other times, they'll leave it partially buried. So it's more weedless. Like that. And then when the fish grabs it, he'll just push it down and he'll be hooked. So, that, my fellow fishermen, is the finished product. It's very simple to do. You can get the bullet weights and the hooks and the worms at any tackle shop. So there you go. I hope that helps. Very effective for catching fish. I thank you for watching. I appreciate all the support on my channel, and we will see you out on the water.